Good evening and welcome to Bill News. I'm your host, Katie Lyle, alongside Kevin Lynch, here to give you the latest local, state, and national headlines. Coming up in this episode, we have stories on an inspiring Millersville student, a concerning fungus in the Commonwealth, and former President Trump's indictment investigation. Stay tuned because Bill News starts now.
Lancaster County's annual ZenkaiCon kicks off this Friday at the Lancaster County Convention Center. The multi-genre pop culture convention celebrates all things nerdy, including anime, sci-fi, horror, video games, and more. This year's theme is Renaissance Fair, and guests can expect themed panels featuring talks of period-correct clothing, language and linguistics, food etiquette, and much more. This year brings the addition of an expanded video game room, a dedicated room for cosplay meetups, and a cosplay repair room. Convention Chairman Adam Beaton shared what makes the event so unique compared to others, stating, quote, "You get a little bit of everything when you go to ZenkaiCon. I think that makes us a stronger con than one that focuses on one kind of thing," end quote. The event runs from Friday, March 24th to Sunday, March 26th.
Bright, the Bhutanese Refugees Inspiring Growth, Humanity, and Tradition, is a nonprofit organization arranged by successful Millersville senior Sam Sebidi. The purpose of Bright is to aid any student with the stress of college essays and applications, BASFA, and SAT prep. Sebidi and her fellow student leaders established this nonprofit organization because they have lived through the struggles of being first-generation college students. Like many others, they did not have the support to help them assess and interpret the college process. The primary goal at the beginning of Bright was to specifically assist marginalized Bhutanese and Nepali communities in Lancaster. But to their surprise, the organization has been able to benefit other local communities as well. Sebidi is also a mentor with the College Assistance Migrant Program, which provides support and encouragement to first-year students from migrant families. By doing this, Sebidi has helped many first-year students smoothly transition into their first year of college.
When we get back, we'll have updates on a concerning fungus spreading in PA and updates on the Ohio train derailment. Ville News will be right back. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has detected a threatening fungus in more than half of U.S. states. Candida auris is often resistant to antifungal drugs, which makes it hard to treat infections. The fungus is also hard to identify with standard lab tests, which makes proper and early treatment even more difficult. The fungus was first detected in the United States in 2016, but has spread at a fast rate from 2020 to 2021. The fungus is a large threat in healthcare settings as well. The Center for Disease Control warns that the fungus can enter patients' bloodstreams and cause severe, sometimes deadly, infections. Those who are ill are staying in the hospital for extended periods of time or have invasive medical devices are most vulnerable. Candida auris is not a significant threat to healthy people. Pennsylvania has seen 33 infections over the last 12 months, with numbers rising.
On Monday, Pennsylvania lawmakers grilled NORFOLK Southern CEO Alan Shaw about who made the final decision to set fire to toxic chemicals following the train derailment in Ohio in early February. The release and burning of vinyl chloride from derailed train cars in East Palestine on February 6 created a massive black cloud that loomed over Beaver County in western Pennsylvania, greatly increasing health and safety concerns during the long-running crisis. Shaw testified for over an hour before the Senate Veterans Affairs and Emergency Preparedness Committee after being summoned. Shaw stated that the company has worked with the National Transportation Safety Board and has agreed to spend $7.5 million to assist Pennsylvania in its recovery, provide assistance at a family assistance center, and is planning a long-term medical compensation fund and a property value assurance program. The testimony was led by Doug Mastriano, who ran for governor in 2022. There is a speculation that Shaw will be called before the committee at a later date.
When we get back, an important win for those with disabilities and updates on Trump's indictment trials. Ville News will be right back. The U.S. Supreme Court on Tuesday granted a deaf student the ability to sue his former elementary school after the Michigan School for the Deaf did not provide him with sign language accommodations. Miguel Lena Perez's parents claimed that their school district in Sturgis, Michigan was supposed to provide their child with, quote, an appropriate public school education, end quote, under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. Perez's parents also claimed that the district promised to provide learning support staff that were trained in sign language, which was not true. Perez then claimed that he was on track to graduate after receiving all A's and B's, but was informed that he would not be getting his diploma for no given reason. Perez never got his diploma, but his family came to an agreement with the district to provide sign language training to all teachers at the school. Perez wanted more compensation for his losses, which led him to sue his school for discriminating against him for his disability under the Americans with Disabilities Act.
America has, for now, avoided a potential national crisis, as a New York grand jury has so far not recommended charges be brought against former President Donald Trump, while the investigation into an alleged hush money scheme involving the 45th president and an adult actress, Stormy Daniels, has been active for over a year. Trump riled up his social media followers last Saturday when he declared his belief he would be formally indicted on charges this Tuesday, which as of this broadcast has not happened. If charges were to be brought against Trump, it would make an unprecedented first for the United States, as no sitting for former president has been arrested and criminally charged before. The potential criminal charges would also be a first for Trump, as the business mogul turned politician has never faced criminal charges before. Despite a long history of brewing entangled in civil cases, this remains a developing story, and any updates will be reported on in the future.
That's all we have this week for Ville News. Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in next week for the latest local, state, and national headlines.